my class evaluation response video, and the first thing I'd say regarding Mr. King's class and the experiences throughout the semester, it's eye-opening is a word, is one way I would describe it, but it's not the main way I describe it. The main way I describe it is I learned a lot about business in this class, which sounds ridiculous at first because it is a business class. But I learned more about business through the examples of life that Mr. King has showed to us. And the greatest way I can explain that is when I remember when Mr. King said that, business is about people. And, the best businessmen are the ones that are, the people persons, the people, if you want to deal with business, you have to deal with people. And that was something I never really considered before. I really had never thought about it that way. And after hearing Mr. King talk about it that way, it started to make a lot of sense. And all the other business concepts started to make lots of sense when I related, and he says it multiple times, relating things back to people. And I never considered myself an entrepreneur, I don't think. But, and I'm not saying I am now, but it's a new door that was right behind me the whole time, and I had never really thought about turning around because it wasn't the door I thought it was, if that makes sense. So I have a newfound respect and a new interest in the business, side of the workforce or the work world, whatever you want to call it. It's something I'm gonna pay a little bit more attention to, and I can only thank Mr. King for that, and my fellow classmates with the video responses. I think that's gonna be my next point. The video response this was something that I wasn't really sure about at the beginning of the semester, but by the end of the semester, if all my classes now, in the past, and in the future did video responses for discussions, I think everything would change. At least in my opinion, in terms of just class collaboration and just things of that nature. And there's always somebody in the class who's not afraid to speak up. But I'm not trying to add anyone who doesn't speak up, because at least in Mr. King's class, I'm the quietest person in there probably. I just like to listen twice as much as I speak, or 3 times as much. But classes are always going to be more entertaining, better learning experiences, is better in literally every conceivable way when everybody is involved and everybody is talking to each other. It makes, sometimes you get good conversations, sometimes you might get a bad conversation, but it's better than just how loud the quiet can be when nobody says anything. And even going back to what I was saying earlier, if we didn't have any video responses, and the only reason our non-video responses are as good as they are is because we do the video responses, and it allows everyone to get to know each other, at least on a little bit more personable level. So I'd say that is something that I was skeptical and then extremely thankful for, was the video responses in the class. I learned a lot of new skills. I think I said that. I'm going to tie that into the first thing I said, but I learned a lot about business in this class, but again, it was mostly through the lens of life, is how I learned about business, and I never learned this way, and it makes a lot of sense, all the great things I hear about Mr. King. And well, me and Mr. King might not have had the closest relationship, but it's something I'll never forget. So this class was awesome. I would recommend it to anyone who asked me about it, for sure.